It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't dominant. It was gutsy, raw, and pure Dodger blue. Game 4 wasn't a night for the highlight reels. It was a night for heart, for grit, and for pitching that simply refused to let the season end. And now here we are again. The Dodgers are heading back to the National League Championship Series for the second year in a row. And if October has taught us anything, it's that style points don't matter. You either win or you go home. The Dodgers? They're still dancing. It's crazy how baseball can be equal parts agony and euphoria. Dodger Stadium was a pressure cooker all night, and somehow the team managed to stay calm in the chaos. The bats may have gone cold, but the arms turned ice. This series against the Phillies was a dogfight, a battle of attrition. And in Game 4, the Dodgers leaned all the way into their pitching staff to survive, to advance, and to keep chasing the dream of back-to-back titles. 5 wins down. 8 more to go. Let's talk about the man who set the tone, Tyler Glasnow. Look, if you've watched enough Dodgers baseball this season, you know exactly how polarizing Glasnow can be. He's not the kind of guy who's out there every 5th day like clockwork. He's not built like a workhorse. But when he's on, when the mechanics are sharp and the body holds up, he's absolutely unhittable. And in Game 4, we got that Tyler Glasnow. Not the frustrating version. Not the inconsistent one. We got the $100 million arm that was worth every penny on that stage. 6 innings, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, and a mound presence that screamed, "Follow me." It was a clinic, plain and simple. Glasnow was attacking the zone, challenging hitters, and showing zero fear. You could feel the energy shift every time he stepped on the rubber. This was his first postseason start in Dodger blue, and it looked like he'd been doing this for years. That kind of poise, that kind of command, you don't fake that. Now, let's be real. When Glasnow was pulled after just 83 pitches, a lot of us were confused. A lot of us were furious. He was dominating, cruising, and it felt like the kind of performance you let ride. But then we heard it. Cramping. Not ideal, obviously, but at least it explained the decision. Still, watching a guy throwing like that get taken out mid-dominance, it stings. That said, the bullpen held it down. Big time. And this is where it gets fun. Because while the offense was basically missing in action, the bullpen was out here writing their own epic. You had Emmett Sheehan come in and limit the damage. You had Alex Vija lock down big outs when it mattered most. But let's not kid ourselves. This game turned when Roki Sasaki took the ball. This rookie, who not that long ago was crying in the dugout after a rough outing, came in and pitched like he belonged on the same shelf as Mariano Rivera. 3 innings. 9 up, 9 down. A one-man shutdown machine. Sasaki has completely flipped the narrative on his season. Remember when people were debating if he should even be on the postseason roster? Now, he's the reason the Dodgers are moving on. He's the anchor of the bullpen, the fire-breathing dragon at the end of the game. And it's not just the stuff, though let's be honest, 100 miles per hour with that splitter is absolutely ridiculous. It's the poise, the confidence, the presence. He looks like a veteran out there, like he's been closing October games since he was a teenager. There's a saying in baseball, you make your own luck. And the Dodgers did just that. Whether it was Freddie Freeman digging a throw out of the dirt to save the game, or Andy Pages simply putting a ball in play to force a Philly error, this team found ways to win. That's what playoff baseball is all about. Not flash, not flair. It's execution. It's pressure. It's doing the little things when the lights are brightest. And the Dodgers are doing just enough to keep moving forward. Now, yes, we have to address the offense, or the lack thereof. This lineup has way too much talent to be putting up numbers like this. 2 runs in Game 4, 1 on a walk, and another on a defensive miscue. That's not sustainable. That's not going to cut it against elite pitching in the NLCS. Well, Smith hasn't looked quite right. Shohei Ohtani has gone ice cold. Pages and Outman are struggling. And you can tell the lineup, as a whole, is still searching for its postseason identity. But here's the thing, they haven't folded. They haven't crumbled. Good teams survive cold stretches. Great teams find ways to win anyway. And that's what this Dodgers team has done so far. The bullpen has carried them. The starting pitching has done more than enough. And even when the bats go quiet, the belief is still loud. This team is dangerous not because they're perfect, but because they're persistent. and that makes them scary. Let's circle back to Shohei for a second. 1 for 18 in the series. Yeah, it looks bad, but even in a slump, he's impacting games. He drew that intentional walk to load the bases in Game 2. He had the clutch RBI single earlier in the series, and he's still the guy pitchers want no part of in big moments. That says everything. You can slump at the plate, but if the entire stadium still holds its breath when you step in the box, you're doing something right. The Dodgers aren't winning games the way we thought they would. They're not bashing their way through October, but they're winning games. And in this month, that's the only thing that matters. You can keep the style points. Give me the bullpen stepping up. Give me Glasnow silencing a lineup. Give me Sasaki slamming the door. This is what playoff baseball looks like. Dirty, unpredictable, and a whole lot of heart. The offense is going to have to wake up. There's no way around it. What worked against the Phillies won't necessarily work against whoever they face next, whether it's the Cubs or the Brewers. Pitching can only carry a team so far, and this Dodgers lineup has way too many weapons to keep swinging like this. You've got guys with MVPs, silver sluggers, all-star resumes, and somehow they're barely scraping runs together. That's not going to cut it in a 7-game series. And if they want to lift another trophy at the end of this run, the bats are going to have to find life, and fast. There's no sugarcoating it. Game 4 saw just 2 runs from the Dodgers, one on a bases-loaded walk and the other on a mistake by the Phillies' defense. That's not an offensive game plan, that's survival. And yes, survival gets you through a round, but it doesn't build momentum. It doesn't wear down the opponent. And it sure doesn't put fear into any pitching staff. Right now, opposing teams aren't terrified of this offense. They're cautious, sure, but they're not scared. Not like they should be. And that's the thing. The pieces are all there. Shohei Ohtani, even in a slump, remains one of the most dangerous hitters on the planet. Freddie Freeman has been a rock all year. Mookie Betts can take over a game in a flash. Max Muncy has power that plays in any park. Will Smith, when locked in, is one of the best contact hitters behind the plate in baseball. This team isn't short on talent, but they're short on rhythm right now. And that's what makes October so brutal. You don't get time to figure out slowly. The lights are already on, the cameras are rolling, and the pressure never stops. The Phillies made it tough. They rolled out elite left-handed pitching night after night. Jesus Luzardo, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, every one of them filthy. They changed speeds, changed eye levels, moved the ball around like magicians. It wasn't just that the Dodgers went quiet. It's that the Phillies threw their absolute best at them and kept missing bats. That's why you saw Ohtani chasing pitches he normally lays off. That's why Freeman wasn't driving balls to the opposite field. The Phillies attacked with precision. For the next round, it's not going to be that same wave of lefties. That might be just what this offense needs. Looking ahead, whether it's the Cubs or Brewers, the Dodgers are likely to see a more balanced rotation. Fewer lefties, more right-handed matchups. That favors the big guns in the lineup. The left-handed hitters like Freeman and Ohtani won't be stuck facing the same tough angle every night. And for guys like Will Smith and Mookie, who are righties, that should open up more consistency at the plate. And let's be real, this offense is due. It's overdue. You don't go quiet forever. Not with this much talent. Not with this much experience. Not in October, when every pitch feels like it could flip the season. This is where the hitters have to match what the pitching staff has done. And honestly, it's not about scoring 10 runs. It's about grinding out at-bats, stringing together quality plate appearances, putting pressure on defenses, getting back to what made this team so dangerous all year. They don't need to go back to being the top slugging team overnight. They just need to be the best version of themselves again. That said, the margin for error is gone. They've used up their freebies. You're not going to win multiple games in a series relying on walks, wild pitches, and lucky breaks. The Phillies let one get away. That's not going to happen again. Whoever's up next is watching this offense and licking their chops, thinking they can shut them down. That has to be a wake-up call. The Dodgers need to punch first. Establish their rhythm early. Because another slow start might be the difference between chasing a championship and watching someone else raise the trophy. There's also the question of adjustments. This is where veteran leadership matters. Freeman, Mookie, Ohtani, they've been here. They know the grind of October. They know the difference between pressing and trusting your swing. You could see it in those final innings of Game 4. They weren't trying to do too much. They just wanted to make something happen. Pages put the ball in play. That's all it took. Contact creates chaos. And sometimes, especially in October, that's enough to win a game. It's also about who steps up next. Every postseason run has a surprise hero. Somebody unexpected who turns into the guy. Maybe it's Pages. Maybe it's Miguel Rojas with some timely hits. Maybe it's Muncy heating up at the perfect moment. Right now, the Dodgers are winning with pitching, but they're going to need a few bats to catch fire. That's how you separate from good teams. That's how you bury an opponent. Pitching keeps you in it. Hitting puts it away. But let's not pretend this team isn't built for this moment. They absolutely are. They've weathered slumps. They've handled injuries. They've carried expectations from spring training to October. And now they're back in the NLCS. They're winning tight games. They're surviving cold streaks. And they're still the team nobody wants to face. Because even when they're not firing on all cylinders, they're still dangerous. Still loaded. Still believing. The vibes are very different from some past postseasons. This doesn't feel like a team hoping to catch lightning in a bottle. This feels like a team that knows it belongs, that understands what it takes. That's not waiting for magic. It's grinding for every inch. The rotation has been nails. The bullpen has been sensational. The offense, as frustrating as it's been, has done just enough. But now it's time to flip the switch. Because let's face it, the next round isn't going to be any easier. The Cubs have been scrappy all year and have arms that can get outs. The Brewers are stingy and have a chip on their shoulder. Whoever survives that win-or-go-home game on Saturday is going to come into Game 1 with nothing to lose. And those are the most dangerous teams in October. So the Dodgers better be ready. And not just on the mound, in the batter's box. We've seen this offense click before. We've seen them explode for crooked innings out of nowhere. And with the kind of arms they've got backing them up, they don't need much. They don't need 7-run outbursts. They need 1 or 2 good innings. They need traffic on the bases, timely hits, situational awareness, execution. That's it. That's the formula. And with this lineup, that should be more than possible. The Dodgers are in the NLCS again because they refused to blink. They didn't fold when the bats went silent. They trusted their pitching, leaned on their defense, and found a way to win games that were anything but pretty. Now, the mission continues. Game 1 is right around the corner. And if this offense wakes up, this team becomes a problem for anybody left in the bracket. The pitching staff is championship ready. The bullpen is lights out. And if the bats follow suit, look out. October doesn't wait for anyone. The Dodgers better not, either. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers are swirling around Major League Baseball, and the latest shockwave comes straight from Los Angeles. Sources close to the Dodgers locker room suggest that Freddie Freeman, the veteran first baseman and cornerstone of the team's lineup, has reportedly announced his departure. The news, though not officially confirmed by the Dodgers organization, has sent fans and pundits alike into a frenzy, speculating on what could be next for one of baseball's most consistent performers. Freeman, known for his calm demeanor and clutch hitting, has been a key figure for the Dodgers since joining the team. His bat has carried the lineup through countless high-pressure moments, and his leadership in the clubhouse has been widely praised. Rumors hint that this departure might not be a simple free agency move. It could be driven by a combination of contract considerations, team dynamics, or even a desire for a fresh challenge as he approaches the prime years of his career. Insiders are buzzing with potential suitors. Teams with playoff aspirations are reportedly circling, seeing Freeman as the missing piece to solidify their infield and inject experience into the clubhouse. The speculation is already sparking debates. Will he return to the National League, or could an American League team with a pressing need at first base make a bold move? Some whispers even suggest that a surprise trade could be in the works before the offseason frenzy fully takes hold, adding another layer of intrigue to an already electric MLB landscape. Meanwhile, Dodgers fans are grappling with the possibility of life without their slugger. Social media is awash with reactions ranging from disbelief to nostalgic tributes to Freeman's tenure in Los Angeles. Analysts are pointing to the team's depth and payroll flexibility as possible factors behind this unexpected turn, but one thing is clear. The departure of a player of Freeman's caliber would leave a significant void both on and off the field. As the rumor mill churns, the baseball world holds its breath, waiting for confirmation or denial of one of the most tantalizing storylines this offseason. Whether it's a dramatic trade, a free agent signing, or a quiet exit, the saga of Freddie Freeman's next chapter is already shaping up to be one of the biggest talking points in sports circles. Keep your eyes on the headlines. This story is far from over, and every passing day seems to deepen the mystery surrounding the Dodgers' superstar first baseman. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.